Really? Hold, please. There we go. I think I got it working. Fine. All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Streamlabs likes to randomly choose the wrong window with your host, me. Um, Hi everyone. This is one of my D&D games. The people below me are nuts because they let me have control over whether their characters live or die, which is so much more relevant this week because last week they decided they wanted to get into Sanguinius, but they needed to take an alternate route. And while they were camping, they met new friends. And the new friends happened to enjoy kidnapping and confusing them with magic. So, yeah. As of right now, I believe it was Lillian and Henri, right?
That was.
Go ahead.
I got up at the end there.
Oh, was it Argenta on Henri?
I was on my way back with them.
I was right in the face.
Because Preacher and I were playing hide and seek with them. I failed miserably, but Preacher won it for us.
Oh, yes. Preacher and Henri were playing. And then Argenta and I think Lillian were back at camp, right?
Yeah, the most likely of allies were coming to rescue me.
There we go. I'm a great DM, guys, I promise.
I was right in the face.
Yeah, and I was with them, following Lillian to try and save. Good old Vala, always getting herself caught alone somewhere.
Yeah. Vala's got mad getting kidnapped skills. So, without any further ado, why don't we return to the adventure? So, Henri, Lillian, and Argenta, you guys are there with Preacher, though she seems bizarrely quiet yet again. I guess it's not that bizarre because it happens so often now, but whatever. You guys are in the force. I believe you guys. Someone remind me. Did you guys know where Vala went, or?
There was like a bunch of fairies that flew off in a particular direction.
Oh, yeah.
And Lillian was right in the music around person.
Yeah. Just call it crazy blood hunter shit.
Yeah.
Which is what used to be my nom de girl. When I was playing my monk, I'd do something crazy and go, because of crazy monk shit. And at the end be like, oh, okay. Even in conventions, I'm like, I'm going to run up that wall, teleport over here, kick him in the back of the head, throw him off the building. He just look at me and I go, crazy monk shit. Oh, okay. All right. So, Lillian, you've been using your knowledge of fairies and things like that, and again, tracking something that flies that's so small in a traditional sense, near impossible. but using your knowledge of where the kind of places they like to congregate and things like that, you've been able to find signs and things like that that have been leading you in a direction. You're not sure if this is the direction that Val is in, but you're relatively certain you'll find more of these pixies there.
Sorry.
Yep. As long as the pixies don't turn you all into like mushrooms or something. So as you guys are going, you're watching Lillian just go, and every so often she'll stop and she'll do something weird, like she'll go down and she'll pick up a mushroom. You watch her kind of smell it, throw it away, and just what seems to you guys like just randomly change direction. And there's even been some points where she actually picks something up, or she'll stop at a tree and like listen to it, like she'll press your ear up against it, and then do a complete 180 and almost walk over you guys as she just starts going again. And Argenta, you got a really good sense of direction compared to most from living in the wilderness for as long as you have. And you are almost certain you guys are walking in circles. Like the real quick mental map you've made, you guys have crossed over your own tracks 7 times after doing this for about 20 minutes. But the weirdest thing is, if you're crossing over your tracks, you should see your tracks. Like, you guys aren't traveling quietly. You're not trying to not leave a trail. But every time in your mental map, you think you should be crossing your tracks again, you're not. And just looking at trees and pathways and that, even when you're backtracking, you're not seeing repeat areas. Nothing is looking familiar to you, which is really unsettling to you, Argenta. Lillian, however, does not seem phased at all, and just keeps driving forward to the point where, Henri, you're actually starting to feel slightly winded just because of the brisk pace Lillian's taking you guys. Lillian, as you keep going, you can tell you're getting closer and closer. And you're spotting more and more illusions and misdirections and things like that fake creatures in general love to use to confuse trackers and prey alike. And so because it is getting more frequent, you are certain you're getting really close. At this point, you're relatively certain you're probably within about 1,000 feet of seeing their hideout campsite. You're not really sure, but the location they're staying at. And you stop the group to let them know this. What do you guys want to do with that knowledge?
I don't have a whole lot of prep work to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 1 spell slot left.
Who needs spell slots?
He's a 2-slot warlock.
Yeah. And who knows? I'll go to cast something, it'll be counterspelled anyway, because that's what these fuckers do.
Getting higher level. Got to deal with spellcasters that are smart.
Um,
So, Argenta, do you have any prep work, or Lilianne, do you want to tell them anything before you head in, or no?
I guess I don't want to about how they have played with you and how that you can be careful with to realize the way
You would know, again, Fae in general tend to be very good at illusions, and Pixies specifically. Go ahead and roll me a history check, or an arcana check, sorry, to see how much you remember about Pixies.
I do have a
Yes. Mm-hmm. Getting crazy blood hunter shit. So, thinking specifically about fairies and pixies, you know, they can be very very mean and almost evil. They can be very kind of nonchalant and not really wanting to harm people. But one thing that's always consistent, they love tricks, they love illusions, and they love misdirection. They'll use double speak a lot. They'll do anything they can to try and trick you.
I'll tell you only way to just be mindful and be careful to try to admit to that place on you and try to use double speed to get you to agree to
How do I know this isn't a trick from the fairies?
That's the mindset we want.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So do you guys move forward?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing you notice as you're moving forward is, Liliane, you know exactly where you're going. Almost as if there's a big spotlight right where you want to go. And you know it's about 1,000 feet away. Should be pretty easy to make that distance in less than a couple minutes. As you guys start walking, Liliane, you notice first. You keep walking, but the place you want to get to isn't getting closer. You walk for about 5 minutes, and it's 1,000 feet away. Argenta, as it gets closer to the 5-minute mark, you guys start noticing something's off. Again, Lillian described as being about 1,000 feet. Should take you a couple minutes. And yet Lillian keeps walking. And as you look around, just something feels off from where you are. I'd like both of you to make perception checks.
Is this a forest, by the way?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Um, well, let's see. So, fishery bonus becomes 6, and then so
Henri, if you want, you can substitute Arcana instead of Perception if that's better for you.
26 perception.
Okay.
21%.
Okay.
5, which means natural 1.
So, Henri, you're getting tired of walking. Argenta, one of the things you learned as you started focusing more on tracking and things like that is when you're in an unfamiliar place, you kind of make these mental markers where you will pick a tree or a bush or something, and in your mind you'll just kind of take a picture of it and know that, okay, I've passed that. And as you go, you'll look back to base your movement off of your last marker. So if you need to retrace your step, you go marker to marker. So being more used to that now, you made your marker when you guys stopped, and you went forward. After a couple minutes, you realized you'd gone pretty decent distance. So you look back, and yeah, your marker's pretty far back. So you made another one after a couple minutes. You went forward, and when Lillian stopped a few seconds ago, you look back. You've gone roughly 2,000 feet now, double the distance you were supposed to, based on those markers. But looking forward, and this is what trips you up, it doesn't feel like you've moved at all looking forward, but looking behind you, you've gone 2,000 feet. Lillian, you know pretty well something's not right here, and you are moving, but you're not getting closer to where you want to go.
Remember when I said about fit and direction?
Yeah, we've actually gone 2,000 feet. I say as I look back, and then I look forward again.
Yeah.
It's not getting any closer. This is weird.
Yeah.
Shit.
So,
So,
what do you want to do?
so we're moving away from the see if it's closer, but
I'm not sure what happens if we walk backwards.
we could find out.
Do that or burn the whole forest down. I'm sure Valdo would approve of it.
Even if she died in the blaze, that's how she'd want to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a valid point.
Are there any trees you could climb? Maybe getting above it might help.
Is this a clearing or?
You guys are in a relatively heavily wooded area.
All right, I'm just gonna get a tree that looks like it's solid, and I'll try and climb up it.
Okay,
Alright.
go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
13.
Okay, so as you're sitting there climbing up the tree, you get to the lowest branches, about 5-6 feet off, or 10, 12 feet off the ground. You're climbing up. As you keep climbing, you're like, wow, this tree is a lot taller than I thought. That's just weird. You keep climbing a little bit longer. Your arms actually start to ache a little bit. And you rest for a second, wipe some sweat off, and you still have 30 feet above you before you get to the top of this tree. That's weird. So you look down, and you're easily 20 feet up. What do you want to do?
At this point, because I saw like it going back so far, I'm just gonna try and see if I can see an illusion anywhere. There's some weirdness going on here because my head it's arcane bullshit. But
Okay, make a perception check.
plus six. No wait, plus 8, so 24.
So, looking around, doing things you know to dispel illusions, like interacting with an illusory object, it has no form. You can put your hand through it. So you start just taking things out and poking, like the tree and that. Nothing seems real. So looking closely for things that just look too perfect, or things that don't react with the wind correctly. Nothing.
Mm.
All around you seems very real.
Alright, I'm gonna climb down because
Okay.
if I keep going up, this is gonna go.
So as you're slowly making your way down, you eventually feel the ground beneath your feet, and you look to see Lillian standing there.
So I was going up the tree. Same thing was happening.
Alright. I maybe try to go back and just see what happens.
Okay, so you do an about face, and you start heading back where you came from. Argenta, you've got your two markers marked, and as you guys start pressing backward now, but just turning around and walking back the way you came, your markers aren't getting any closer, Argenta.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm gonna try something weird.
Okay,
I'm going to the direction that we were originally going. I'm just gonna cast Fairy Fire in random spot in front of us just to see what it lights up.
okay.
Forgot I have my free draw spells.
So as you sit there and you focus, you guys watch as a stream of, it's normally purplish pink. Do you have a color preference?
Oh, it'll stay purplish pink.
Okay. So you see this purplish pink flame just spray out of his hand and start coating everything in this burning aura. And yeah, the trees catch fire without burning. You know, normal fairy fire stuff.
Well, there's nothing invisible. That solves that. So it only lasts for a minute, but it was worth a try. I'm also going to try casting. I'm just going to try casting message to see if I can get a message to Vala. I doubt it, but I'm still going to try.
Okay. What's your message?
We're trying to find you. Not going well.
So as you sit there and you search for Vala's mind to send this message, you wait for a reply, and you hear, "That's no fun. I'm playing with my new friend. You can't distract him, her."
Okay, now I see why Preach was so freaked out earlier. Those things in your mind. No joke.
I just I just kind of sigh. I'm gonna pick a tree like this just next to us. It's stuck next to us apparently.
Mm.
Take out my great axe and I'm just gonna whistle as I start chopping it down.
Okay. Make me an athletics check. 'Cause it's a pretty beefy tree.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Takes you the better part of 20 minutes to hack through this tree. But you do, and you hear the it falls down.
Damn, I thought that would piss them off.
I'm just gonna pick up a branch and use my tinderbox to just start a little small fire.
Oh no, here we go.
A forest fire. I'm just lighting a branch and I'm holding it.
Sheds bright light for 30 feet, dim light for another 30.
Okay. I figured that would piss him off. Well, you're the expert, Lillian, and I have to try and put it out before it burns my hand. I can just start shooting spells into random directions and see what happens, but
Eventually, the park rangers will come out and find you guys.
Yeah. Did I hear the voice of the
No, it's part of the message spell. He sends a message off, and he hears one back.
so I don't know if that means they're close or what.
Do we want to be really inquire over the shoulder shows and
Well,
to be risky?
when it was just Preach and I, they really wanted to play a game. And they don't know you guys yet, so maybe
I'm not
if
playing
you
a game.
want to play a
game.
game, and I do air quotes.
There are arcane bullshit incarnate. Do you think I want to play with them?
Well, we're not going anywhere. We've proven that. Pick a direction. We don't go anywhere.
Are there any animals around?
Make a nature check.
Okay. 14.
So, looking around, you can hear crickets, few like night owls, things like that. But when you look where you think they should be, nothing there. You can't see any animals anywhere.
If I like dig a hole in the ground because we do have a shovel. I'm not going to make it deep or anything. I just want to see if it does like disturb the ground.
Yeah, you dig a hole.
Hmm.
Did we pass through a portal and not realize it?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that on my head. Whatever matter these creatures are using it, that is with our perception.
Well, I'm just gonna sit down. I guess I'm getting comfortable.
I don't suppose anyone has a different matter, do you?
Nope. I think the only one that does is not with us.
That has a what?
A way to dispel.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm gonna pull out a bow and just. I have a short bow, and I'm just gonna fire the full distance out to see what happens.
Okay, as you fire the arrow, it does fly out, but after about 25, 30 feet, it's such a heavily wooded area, you lose track of the arrow.
What?
Aside from destruction, I don't have any other suggestions.
Yeah,
I mean, there was a song Vala sung in her sleep sometimes, Let It Burn.
Can't hold it back anymore.
I mean, good for that.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just gonna try it. We were out of ideas. And I'm just gonna yell with thaumaturgy, I want to play. I'm not gonna actually yell into my mic though.
Okay. So as you do that, you wait. You suddenly hear in your head,
Do I?
but we're already playing.
I have the ring though of mind shielding.
Oh, does that block message spells?
If I send the message, no. But if they're trying to send it to me, then yes.
Good point. You hear nothing.
This is like forgetting the TV's on mute. You're just like, ah.
Damn it! What's wrong? Must be the cable.
Well, if there's any creatures that want to eat, they now have a beacon. I mean, that was my idea. I know earlier when Preach and I were having fun with these things, they kept talking to her, but not me. I don't know why. I just can't hear them, but she could.
Don't know why I couldn't hear.
Oh, I know why, but no one else does.
What do you guys want to do? Again, Lillian, as you look around, you can see exactly where you're sure their encampment or whatever is. Like, it's 1,000 feet in front of you. And you know from all your research and training and everything that's where they're going to be. You're almost certain. Just got to figure out how to move 1,000 feet.
I'm gonna try something. Are you guys ready? I'm gonna close my eyes and think I'm 1,000 feet in front of me. I'm out of ideas. Just start saying friend in every language we know.
I
Ballon.
swear. I just yell out, I swear if you don't do this, the moment I find you, you're losing your damn wings.
I'm telling you, you guys just say you want to play.
No.
So while you guys are dealing with this, Vala,
Yes.
the last thing you remember was losing a battle of wits with a pixie. Then it was like cut to black. When you woke up, you're in a tavern.
Huh.
There are people everywhere.
Do
And
I?
it's a little bit loud. You can actually feel you were slumped over in a chair at a table right next to the fireplace, and you can feel the waves of heat coming off of this very much over-tended fire. People are laughing. You can smell the food around you, but you can't see any of your friends, and you don't remember coming here.
Do I recognize the tavern? Is it a place I've been before, or does it just random?
Make a history check.
Yes. 21.
So, looking around, not only do you not remember this tavern or anyone like it, but as you look around, it doesn't make sense. There's a bar in the northwest corner, but the barmaid there keeps sending food, and you'll watch one of the waiters pick up the food, go through a door, and then come out a door behind you. And then you'll watch people enter from a busy city street. You'll see the door open, and there are wagons traveling there, and lots of people. You'll watch people come in, the door will swing shut. Moments later, open again, and a waiter will be coming from the kitchen through the same door.
I'm gonna turn to like the first person, the closest person to me, and say, "I'm sorry. Where is this place? Where are we?"
You should definitely try the beer. It's the finest beer in all the land.
Well, I am thirsty.
You should definitely try the beer. It's the finest beer in all the land.
I will flag down the barmaid and ask for a pint of beer.
Without speaking, she walks through a door to your left, comes out a door to your right, places a flagon of beer in front of you.
Ah, thank you. And I will take it back to the table.
Okay.
I will sit down and I will cast Identify on it.
As you sit there focusing on this beer and just trying to figure out what it is, it's not beer.
Okay.
As you focus a little more, it's not healthy. You focus a little more, there's enchantment magic in the liquid. The liquid itself isn't even liquid. The entire thing is a magical construct. Somewhat similar to like a prestidigitation, but much more advanced. And you're relatively certain, you're not sure of the exact effect it would have on you, but this is obviously meant to mess with your mind in some way.
I will try to do this as nobody's looking and dump it on the floor discreetly.
Make a sleight of hand check.
21.
Okay. So you sit there and you try to just pour some of it out, but you notice the waiters and waitresses are watching you like a hawk. And every time you take it off and try to put it in a place you could dump it out, they go from just wandering around, not even looking in your direction, to all just staring at you. And so suddenly you get the idea, just try and fake drinking it. And you're able to dump out a little bit without getting it on yourself. And they don't see any the wiser. When you look at your cup, it's full.
So I won't be able to like dump it out and ask for a second glass.
As you're sitting there, you feel a tap on the shoulder. You should definitely try the beer. It's the finest in the land.
You know, it doesn't really seem appetizing. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not. You know, I'm used to better fare than this.
And as you
What brand
say
is
that,
this?
you see him just nod and go, you should definitely try the beer. It's the finest in the land.
I'm going to attempt to cast Friends on him.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, no, that is a natural 1.
As you look at him more and more, it's a elderly dragonborn gentleman, little bit heavy set, and his scales, which you know used to be this bright ruby color, have now faded to this dull red. And as you keep looking at him, you can't remember how many times this guy has just put his neck out for you, and you would trust him with your life.
What am I thinking? Trying to cast friends on him. I just. Do I absent-mindedly then start drinking the beer?
That is entirely up to you.
It goes up to my lips and then goes. No. What am I thinking? There's
You
gotta be a way
should
out of this place.
Definitely try the beer. It's the best in the land.
It's like a RuneScape NPC. I love it.
You know, I'm sorry. I think
Stop
I need to get some
poking
fresh.
me.
I think I need to get some fresh air, and so I'm gonna walk up and go out the front door.
Okay. As you look around, you can't really tell which door is a front door. Right now, the room is roughly square trapezoidal shape. There are one door in the west wall, one door in the north wall, two in the south wall, one in the east wall. And you were sitting in the northeast corner opposite the bar, which is the northwest corner.
I am gonna go out the east door.
Okay. So you get to the door, and as soon as you get there, make me a dex save.
That's a 22.
All right. As soon as you get there, you hear the clinking sound of ceramic on ceramic and metal on ceramic, and you jump back just in time to see a door miss, smacking you in the face as a waitress rushes through with this massive plate of food and beer and walks right past you. The door swings shut quickly behind her.
I'm gonna attempt to walk through the door again.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
That is 15.
Okay. As you're going, pow! Your face erupts in pain as the door clocks you square in the face. You step back a little bit, holding your nose, checking to see if you're bleeding. Luckily, it doesn't seem to have broken anything, and other than it being very sore, doesn't seem to be any blood.
Oh.
As you
All right.
look up, you see a waitress go, "Sorry, love. Gotta watch out where you're going."
I don't cast Vicious Mockery on her, and I will instead attempt to go out the west door.
Okay. As you're heading that direction, make me a perception check.
15.
As you're heading there, you spot a tray and a waitress not coming towards you, but definitely about to bisect your path. And you just barely stop short as this very heavy wooden tray goes right past you. And she kind of turns her head as she kind of spins and walks backwards. Goes, "Sorry, love."
Yeah. And I will approach the west door with like my hand out a little bit, expecting that it's going to come popping open in my face.
Make me a strength saving throw.
Oh, excellent. My strength is the best. So that's a natural 1 plus 0.
So as you sit there with your hand out, nothing happens. And you're like, "Oh, cool." You start walking forward, full in the chest, knocks you flying back. You land on your back, knocks the wind out of you. And you see, it looks almost like it's this same woman that hit you before and almost hit you with the tray, or at least they could be twins. She goes, "Sorry, love, didn't mean to hit you."
How do I go outside, woman?
"Sorry, love, didn't mean to hit you."
Alright, so I turn to the north door, and I will attempt to get, like 10 feet in front of the door.
Okay. As you're walking, make me a perception check.
14.
Yet again, you see this woman. She must be very busy. You just barely miss getting conked in the head. And she again kind of spins around, walking backwards. "Sorry, love, didn't mean to hit you." You hear, feel a tap on your shoulder. "You really should try the beer. It's the best in the land."
I am going to, I'm going to turn, I'm going to flip the waitress the bird, and then I'm going to flip the other guy the bird.
Your
And
friend?
Yes. And then I'm going to Misty Step backwards. So I want to Misty Step through the north wall.
Okay. Misty Step requires that you see the location you're stepping to. Dimension
Then-
Door doesn't.
Then I would like to respec my... No.
I'd like to re-roll this character. He's a wizard now, and he's level 20.
So instead,
Also
I'm just...
rolled all 20s.
I'm just going to stare at the both of them then. No birds. And I'm just going to try to walk backwards through the door.
Okay. As you're walking backwards, yeah, this is not going to be fun. You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as a really heavy tray conks you in the back of the skull, knocks you forward. You hear, "Sorry, love, didn't mean to hit you." You feel the back of your head as you you feel wetness, and as you take your hand away, there's a little blood on your fingertips.
All right. I think we've played this well long enough. Whoever you are, show yourselves to me.
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
12.
Looking around, you're somewhat overwhelmed by just the sheer volume of people in this little room. And you feel that tap on your shoulder again. "You really should try the beer. It's the best in the land." Looking at him, though, you no longer feel this sense of camaraderie you did before. And as you're looking at him, trying to figure out why he keeps following you, you look back to the table you started at, and he's there, sitting right next to the table where you first met him. Like, that's odd. And then you look, and he's right next to you, saying, "You really should try the beer. It's the best in the land." And then you look over to the door where he tapped your shoulder, and he's still kind of talking with people over by that door. And you go ahead.
No, I'm
Vala starts to cry.
Remember, puzzles like this are meant to challenge the player as much as the character.
Yeah, I know.
While that's going on, Lilian, Argenta, Henri,
Yeah.
you guys are still in the forest. Argenta, you're short one arrow.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna take my dagger, cut the back of my hand. Does anything happen as I feel pain?
Yes. You take 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That
All right, I got an
You
idea.
get the information that weapons still hurt if you use them on yourself.
Got an idea.
What's your idea?
Form a line. Put your hands on each other's shoulders. Close your
Okay.
eyes and just walk.
Okay. Towards their base. Let's go.
So you guys are making a conga line kind of thing?
Yeah.
Maybe seeing is disbelieving in this circumstance.
Gotcha. And who's in the front?
Either me or Lilianne, I guess.
Yeah, I'd be happy for that.
And
For like a few minutes, I would open my eyes to see if we made any progress.
oh, so you're closing your eyes. I missed that part. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys close your eyes, walk forward. Make a dex save for me, Lilianne. So as you're walking forward, Lilianne, you're doing your best to use your senses, and eventually you hear this, you feel this thud as you face plant into a tree. Argenta and Henri, you guys all run into each other, Three Stooges style, fall to the ground. As you open your eyes, Lilianne's rubbing her nose.
Have we
You
made
hear
any
from
distance?
somewhere, oh, a wise guy, eh? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No.
Have we made any distance? Or
Nope, still 1,000 feet away, but you are about 50 feet further from where you were before. You can see the little mark of blood where you bled on the floor.
I just kind of yell out, "Do you want to play dice?"
No answer.
This is great.
Where do you want her from?
No answer. Remember, the key to a puzzle like this is information. How would your characters get more information? Because as of right now, the only things you know are you do move. You're not trapped in one space because the trees behind you are getting further away. However, no matter how far you move, your destination never gets closer. And when you try to go backwards, you can't get back to where you have been because your destination's not getting closer. But you are still moving.
Here's the thing. Let's turn around so that we're not facing our destination, and then walk backwards.
Almost the same as closing our eyes.
I don't know.
Maybe only one of us
But then, and if we do that, we can't get back to the other two people.
Maybe that's what they
What do you guys wanted to do?
do. Out of frustration, because my guy's not the smartest. Henri is just purely driven on worship and impulse. I'm just gonna go forward without them. Just gonna run forward.
If I see him booking it, I'm booking it after him. But yeah,
I'll go after you.
So you guys start running. You run for a couple minutes, still 1,000 feet in front of you. But you look back and you can see the little indent where you all fell down. It's now behind you about 100 feet.
here's another thing. What if we went at like a diagonal? Let's walk at a diagonal for a bit. Try that.
But then I have an idea, but I'll be out of spells. But it may work. But we'll try yours first.
Let's walk at a diagonal, see what happens.
Okay, do you want to go left or right with this diagonal?
Let's go left. Why
Okay.
not?
So you guys are kind of in almost a hallway of trees. So you cross into the trees and just keep walking. And as you guys look backwards in the direction you came from without the diagonal, Argenta, you can see your trees that you marked are still directly behind you, despite the fact that you've gone about 30 feet to the left. And you look around, you look like you're in another identical kind of hallway of trees.
Hey, I'm trying to play Henri's low intelligence.
Argenta doesn't have a great intelligence either. I'm also lost.
Yes, we did that.
Do you guys want to try walking backwards? You haven't tried that
Yeah.
yet. You just
Yeah,
talked about it.
let's just turn around and start walking backwards. See what happens.
Okay. As you guys keep walking backwards, you can see trees passing you. You walk for about a couple minutes, turn around. The place you want to go is now 800 feet away.
Oh my god.
How
Okay.
is that different from walking with our eyes closed?
It's a fantastic question.
Fucking
Thank
say.
you, Phil.
Let's keep doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna cast Fly on two of us and see if that helped, but
Well, that would have been fun. So you guys keep walking backwards, and eventually you feel a tree line behind you. And you turn around, Lillian. There is heavy leaves and brush in front of you, but you're relatively certain right on the other side of this is where you want to go.
Fine.
However, it's very thick underbrush. What do you guys want to do?
Just gonna try and walk backwards through it.
Yeah.
Okay, as you get to it, the brush is thick enough that you can't even push your way through it.
Hmm.
You kind of get trapped by the leaves and branches and stuff. It's almost like it's a wall.
Okay. I'll pull out my hand axe and just start using it to carve a path.
Without too much difficulty, you're able to hack through enough to create an opening. And as you look back to tell everyone, it's open and they can go through, that tree you marked is now only 1,000 feet away. And the second tree you marked is only about 10 feet away from where you are.
Hmm. Are they still there?
Yep, they're right next to you.
Alright. Let's go. I think the spell went away. Whatever it was.
Do you all go through the opening Argenta just made?
Oh,
Other side.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys walk through, the first thing you notice is it's really bright on this side. You have to blink for a few seconds. And as you look around, there's a very large fire with purple and green and pink and blue and every color imaginable flames. And the fire itself almost seems to be dancing. As you look around, you can see these little globes of light on the trees and on the ground, and you can see little creatures kind of flying around, and some of them are talking with each other, and you notice the majority of them don't even react to you getting there, but there are 3 that kind of lock eyes with you guys and fly over. And the first one to get to you says, "We already had our game. You won. So now we're playing with someone else. We can't play with you right now."
The games are harmful and destructive. Your existence is pain. Give us back our friend.
And all 3 of these very childlike faces just kind of look at you like you just told them there's no Santa. You can see tears welling up in their eyes. "You're a meanie!" And they fly off.
Good.
While that's happening, Vala,
Yes.
still in this strange tavern, as you look around, excuse me, as you look around even more, you see all the waitresses look identical. And your friend, who really likes the beer, there's about a dozen of him around the room.
I will go back to my friend and sit down at the table. I assume my beer is still there.
It is.
And I will pick up the beer and turn to him and
You
toast
should
him.
really try the beer. It's the best in the land.
And I will say, "What do I have to lose?" And then I will drink the beer.
Okay. As you do, the beer is quite nice at first. It's very cool, it's refreshing, especially with that really hot fire right next to you. You can feel it kind of going down your throat, and it almost has a cooling effect. Like like what's it called? Is it menthus?
Yeah.
And you can feel your throat actually feels kind of icy almost, and then it starts to feel numb a little bit. As it gets into your stomach, oh, something's wrong. As it gets to your stomach, it feels like you just drank shards of ice that are now cutting into your stomach lining. You start to kind of grip, but that kind of numb, cold feeling is now spreading from your throat to your mouth, to your face, to your head, to your mind. You're having a harder and harder time thinking clearly. You keep trying to think, why am I here? What am I? You really should try the beer. It's the best in the land. That's a really good idea. I should. And you take another drink, and that pleasant cooling sensation floods over you, starts to travel down your neck to your arms, and eventually you take another swig. Your whole body just feels comfortably numb and cool, like you're lying on your back in the ocean, just floating. You feel a hand kind of clap you on the back, and you should really try the beer. It's the best in the land. And you feel really happy and relaxed. You don't know why you would ever want to go anywhere else. You can't really think of anywhere else you really want to go. You can't really think of anywhere else to go. I mean, this is it. There's no reason to go anywhere else. You've got drink, you've got food, you've got your friends.
I've got fire.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Make me a wisdom saving throw.
12.
Yeah. You don't want to leave. You're very happy here. You can't ever remember being anywhere else. And as you're sitting there, just relaxing in the pleasant atmosphere, laughing at a joke. You don't know what the joke was. All you can remember anyone ever saying to you is, didn't mean to hit you and try the beer. But you're laughing. And as you kind of sit down, you just kind of throw your arms back and laugh. Something in your left hand on the table where your left hand rests. You look down, there's a flower there.
It's a daisy, I assume.
You can't remember.
Huh.
It's pretty. Something about it feels wrong. There's no flowers on any other tables. Why is there a flower at your table?
I asked my friend, what kind of flower is this? It's beautiful.
And he just looks at you, and you can no longer see his irises. His eyes are completely black. as if his pupils have dilated to fill the entirety of his eyes. And he doesn't respond. He's not laughing anymore. He's not drinking anymore. He's just sitting at the table. And he's standing against a wall. And he's resting on the bar. But he's not
And they've all
moving.
They've all become motionless.
All of your friend, yes. There's still tons of other people in the bar.
I'll go up to another person and ask them, do you know what kind of flower this is?
There's a make me a perception check.
9.
Looking around you can see looks like maybe a half elf, somewhat tall with red hair. You can also see a gnome who's actually sitting under a table. And then there's a dwarf that's just lazily taking a throwing hammer and just tossing it up and catching it. Who do you
I
want
will
to
go.
talk to?
I'll go to the elf with the red hair.
Okay. So he turns around and goes, "Hi. Have you
Hi.
tried this?" And he has a what looks kind of like almost a puff pastry or maybe a meringue, something like that. It's much lighter than its size would seem.
No, I haven't. I'll
It's
take it.
So good.
Do you know what kind of flower this is?
Have you tried this? And he has another of these little meringue things. It's so good.
I kind of shrug my shoulders and I eat one.
It's incredibly light and airy. And as you chew it, you get this uncontrollable urge to giggle. You don't know why. No one's said anything funny, but as you bite into it more, it's almost like you're drinking something sparkling, where it's like bubbles are erupting in your mouth and they're tickling your nose. And it's the funniest thing you've ever eaten, and you just can't stop giggling.
This is amazing. I'll have another one.
Have you tried this? It's so good. You should really try. Nothing.
All right, so I eat another pastry.
Giggle even more. Now you're having a hard time breathing now. You're giggling so much. You start to feel lightheaded and you have to sit down. But you miss the bench and you just hit the floor hard. Your butt's hurting a little bit from where you impacted. And you look around and that little gnome is just sitting under the table glaring at you.
I am going to crawl over to the gnome.
You're cheating.
What do you mean? Do you know what kind of a flower this is?
And as you show it to him, he recoils in horror and just screams and runs through the door on the west wall.
I will attempt to follow him.
Okay. Surprisingly enough, no one gets in your way, and you walk through the door to a very similar room, but it's not quite as loud. You're trying to figure out why as you're giggling to yourself. There's not as many people in here. Roll me a perception check.
10.
Looking around, you don't see the gnome.
Do I see either the pastry man or my friend with the beer?
Yes, though less of them. Your friend with the beer is still kind of standing there, eyes completely black, and sitting at the table, but he's no longer at the bar. You look around, you see the pastry half-elf, and he's standing in the middle where you saw him before, and he's also leaning against a wall, but you don't see him anywhere else.
What about the dwarf? The third individual I had seen before.
Similarly, you see him at the bar, you see him at a table.
I'm going to approach the one at the table.
Okay? Sitting there,
And,
throwing his hammer up.
hello, friend. Do you know what kind of a flower this is?
I'm concentrating.
Oh. Is that difficult?
I'm concentrating.
Can I try?
I'm concentrating.
Three, 4.
I'm concentrating.
You know what would help with that?
I'm concentrating. Please say something. I'm getting dizzy.
I will go up to the pastry guy again and have another
Have
pastry.
you tried one of these? They're
No.
amazing.
I haven't.
You start giggling again.
I look under the table to see if there's the gnome again.
No one
Nope.
there. To make things easier, we're going to number the doors. There's 2 on the east,
Okay.
2 in the south, 1 in the west, 1 in the north. Starting with the first one in the east, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 are on the south, 5 is west, 6 is north.
Okay.
No
And I
one
came.
has come in or out any of the doors since you entered this room. You came through door number 1 on the east wall.
Okay.
Because you left through the last room, you left through the west door, which is 5.
Right. Then I'm gonna go through. You said there were 2 on the east and 2 on the south.
2 in the south, 1, 1.
I'm gonna go through door number 3.
Okay. As you go through the door, it gets louder. The room is full of more people. You can see your friend at the table, on the wall, at the bar. Feels like you're in this same room you were in before.
And there's 1 door to the north still.
Yes, every room is exactly the same.
Then I will go.
Roll me a perception check.
22.
The gnome is under the table again, and he isn't anywhere else. There's only one gnome in the entire room.
Is the gnome looking at me?
Yes, with daggers in his eyes. You notice as you look more, he's not actually looking at you. He's looking at your left hand.
The one with the flower.
Yes.
I will pretend I don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Start walking towards my table in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then, just as I get to his table, I'm going to drop down and go, boo! And shove the flower in his face.
Make me a dex save.
Ten.
Wow, these are low rolls. You take 11 points of fire damage as he spreads his hands out and casts burning hands. And
I
then
will
you
cast
watch
Hellish Rebuke on him.
him. Okay. Is that a save or?
The creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What's your spell? It doesn't matter. That was a low ass number.
It would be a 16.
Yeah, he got 6.
Okay. So, he will take... Yeah, let's use the red one.
3d8. I rolled a 11.
So I'm casting this at second level. And so 2d10, that is 14 points of wait, because this is fire damage. So, sorry. I think it's 19 points of damage.
So you see the fire engulf him, and he just gets these daggers in his eyes. He says, "That was a mistake."
I didn't start this.
I don't have my book next to me. Damn it. We're gonna make it up. We'll do it live. Make me a wisdom save.
Because I am so good at those today.
Mm-hmm.
11, I think.
Yeah, that
No.
wasn't what you wanted.
No, 9.
It's more no. That's a D8. I don't want a D8. You take 21 points of psychic damage as you watch him extend his hand, and your head just explodes as if someone just shoved a knife into your brain. And then he disappears behind door number 5.
I'm going to follow him again.
Okay. Come into a similar room. It's not as noisy. Make me a perception check.
9.
You don't see him. There are 6 doors out of here, including the one you just walked through.
I am going to go for door number 4.
Okay. So number 4 is one of the doors in the south wall. You go through, take a left, go through the door. It's even more quiet. Look around. You can only see one of your friend. One of everyone else. Make me a perception check.
11.
You don't see the gnome.
I just kind of like use the flower as a flashlight as I'm just kind of like waving it around, looking for a reaction.
By the way, you came through the north door, door number 6.
I will go back through door number 6.
Okay.
So I came through door number 4, came out door number 6. I'm gonna go back. I should come out door number 4 again.
You come through door number 3, the other door in the southern wall, and you're back in the room with 3 of everybody. And the gnome is sitting under the table.
I will approach with my left hand held kind of back and away, and I'll just be like, why are we playing these silly games?
'Cause it's fun. And he runs off through door number 4.
I'm going to take a moment and cast Cure Wounds
Okay.
on myself. That's 7 points of healing. And then I'm going to follow him through door number 4.
Or sorry, he went through 5, not 4. Same
I
door's been
will
going through each one, but you go through the same one.
I will go through door number 5 then.
Again, only 2 of your friend in here. Make me a perception check.
Eight.
You don't see the gnome.
I'm going to go through door number 5 again.
Okay. Room is even quieter. Only one of each person here. Make me a perception check.
6.
You don't see the gnome.
I am going to go over and take a drink of beer.
Okay.
Because clearly my brain is just...
You feel the numbing effect go over. But you don't feel as content here. You want to go back where there were more people. You feel very lonely here.
I go through door number 5 again.
You're back with all your friends.
I'm going to try a pastry.
To speak to you and not Val, you've figured out kind of you need to follow him, but you keep losing track of him visually. How can you get around that?
I don't know. I mean,
While this is going on, I'll give you some time to think. We head back to the forest with the really asshole people that just told kids there's no Santa. You should feel ashamed.
I don't.
So you guys can see there's all these pixies flying around. Some of them are having fun. And you do see these trees that have doors in them. Some of them have windows cut out. You can see lights behind them. And then every so often you'll see like a tent here or there, but the clearing you're in is relatively large.
Is everything pixie sized, or is there anything like man sized?
It's smaller than you are. You'll to get through one of the doors, you'll have to hunch pretty low, but you can get through them.
Okay.
The tents as well. They're only about 7 feet high at the tallest, so getting into them will be uncomfortable to you.
How many quote unquote building type structures do we see with doors?
There are 6 trees, and then there are 3 tents. The trees, the clearing itself is somewhat rectangular, trapezoidal-ish, and there are 2 trees on the east, 2 in the south, 1 in the west, 1 in the north. And there's a tent in the northwest corner, and there's a tent in the northeast corner.
I'm going to look at the ground to see if there's anything like drag marks.
Oh, good guess. Make a survival check.
Cool. So that's +5, so... Oh wait, no, because my +8. 17.
Okay. Take inspiration for that.
Okay.
As you look around, there are no drag marks anywhere, and you get the idea these pixies are probably pretty decent at levitating things. However, very good idea.
If there's no drag marks, and if you have Vala sense...
If any of the pixies are trying to say anything telepathic to me, Jody, I want them just to hear like an automated response of, "I'm sorry, I can't play right now."
We're sorry. The number you have dialed has been disconnected, or just wants to say fuck you. Oh, okay. They don't seem to be focusing on you much, Henri.
I wonder why. I'm just going to try the first door I see, just see what I see when I open it up.
Okay. Just like in the inn, we're gonna go starting on the east. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the trees. Pick a number. You guys came in from the south.
Okay, then I guess 3 or 4 would be closer.
Okay. So you go into 3, and it's this... no, 3 is locked. Sorry.
I'll try 4 if it's close enough.
Yeah,
gonna go
it's
into
another,
open.
it's a 15 to 20 feet away. Walk over to it. The door is unlocked.
Carefully open it and see what I see.
Looking around, you see a very small hearth. You see a table. There's some stairs that you think you could fit up, but would not be enjoyable. And with your new robes and everything, pretty sure something would get caught on something. But it leads to an upper floor of some sort.
I'm not wearing the expensive robes.
Oh.
They're in a bed.
Okay. Still, just your frame's a little large for the stairs. You can make it up; it'd just be very uncomfortable. But you do notice there's no one in here.
That's weird. Does anyone have a means of picking the lock? And I point to door number 3. That one was locked. This one wasn't, but there's nothing in here.
Kick it in.
If you want.
It's a small door, right?
Smallish, about 4 feet high.
I'm not gonna try and bring it off its hinges. I'm just gonna try and you know, push it open.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay. 21.
Okay. As you're sitting there about to kick the door in, your head explodes in pain like someone just jabbed an ice pick into your temple. You very quickly kind of hold your head and kind of shield your mind as much as you can. You take 15 psychic damage.
Cool.
And you see 3 of the pixies looking at you, one of which has their hand extended. That
Do that again.
wasn't good guest behavior. You're our guest. You shouldn't be breaking things.
We're looking for another one like me because I'm a half drow too.
Well, you could try asking nicely instead of being so rude.
That hasn't worked well for any of us that have interacted with you.
How many times have you asked to see your friend? See?
Will you
It
show us
hasn't.
our friend?
Why should I? You tried to break my door.
See, this is why I didn't ask.
I got an idea. I'll say to the pixies. Oh, wait, are they speaking telepathically?
No, just speaking audibly.
I got an idea. I will tell the pixies. Let me just double check something. Okay, I will say, how about we play a game, and if you
I'm not included.
how about if we play a game, if you can accurately guess what type of creature I am, we will leave. But if you can't, you have to show us our friend.
I just stepped like 10 feet away, like I'm not part of this.
How many guesses do we get?
Just one each.
Can we ask questions?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll limit it to one question each, though.
Okay. There's 3 of them, by the way, in this group.
And just for your knowledge, Jody, if any of them try to use magic to determine, they will get devil for the first guess, dwarf for the second, and human for the third if they try to use magic.
Okay.
Because my ring lets me.
I was about to say they can't read your mind.
Yeah.
Cool. Damn, that's a cool ring. So you see them, they start talking to each other. Sorry, dealing something. So, they're sitting there talking to each other and trying to. You can hear little snippets, and they're trying to come up with the most clever questions that'll get them the answer they want. One of them goes, "What race was your mother?"
Depends who you ask.
You see a furl her brow. And they go back and talk amongst themselves. What shape are your ears?
How would I describe this?
It's up to you.
I will say rectangle. I mean, I didn't say I'd tell the truth. I never said that. Just saying.
She goes, nobody has rectangle ears. You're lying.
Well, do you have a guess?
How are we supposed to guess if you lie when you answer our questions?
I never said I would tell the truth, did I?
Fine. And the third one, it extends her hand, and you can feel familiar feeling of someone trying to poke around in your brain. What do they find again?
The third one would find devil, so it's
Okay.
type.
Okay. She goes, ha! You are a tiefling.
Wrong.
Well, you gotta prove it.
Well, the other two haven't guessed. That's only one guess. We got one each.
You're right. You're an elf.
Wrong.
You're Asmar.
Oh. Wrong.
You cheated. You gotta prove it. Because how do we know you're not lying now?
I never said I was telling the truth from the get-go.
You have to prove it. Take off your hood. Let us see.
Alright, I'll take off my hood and my mask so they see the scar in vampiric.
And they don't really seem phased by it. One of them comes up and kind of grabs onto your nose and twitches it around. You think checking for an illusion. Fine. It's in the tent over there. But she's our new friend. She's gonna stay here till we're done playing.
She'll die before you're done playing, you immortal asses.
Well, that was the deal we made, and she's having so much fun. She doesn't even want to leave.
Have you asked her that? I say with a, sickening grin.
She told us. And another one comes in. Yeah, with her mind.
Sure she did.
Well, you won by cheating, but you still won. So you can go in, say goodbye, and then you can leave because you're no longer welcome here. We don't like cheaters.
I won, didn't I? And I'll go walking towards the tent.
Okay. As that's happening, Vala,
All right,
you're still in tavern.
I'm gonna focus my mind
Okay.
and cast Detect Thoughts.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Looking around the room, no one has any thoughts except the gnome
And where is the gnome?
under the table.
What's its surface thoughts?
This is so much fun.
And I'll just kind of like look down at him and go, so what would make this not fun?
Runs off through door number 5.
I follow through door number 5. Did I get anything about not being fun?
Ooh.
And I'm just trying to read its surface thoughts.
Yes. Surface thoughts at that point would have been, gotta go fast.
Alright, so I follow through door number 5.
Okay, make me a perception check with advantage, seeing as how long does detect thoughts last?
1 minute.
Okay, it's going pretty quick here, but you still have an
So,
advantage here.
17.
You see the gnome run through door number 2.
I follow.
Okay, come into the room you were in. Only had two people. Now there's only one of everyone. Make me another perception check with advantage.
13.
Lucky number 13. You just get in there, barely quick enough to see door number 3 swinging closed.
I go after door number 3.
Get to a room. No one's in here except the gnome. There's no tables anywhere. There's no one at the bar. Just a big, empty room, and there's no doors in here. You look
Okay.
behind you. There's no door from where you entered. You see the gnome jumping up and down. You win! Wasn't that fun?
No. No, it wasn't fun.
Yes,
What do I win?
What? You get
What
to
do I win?
play a new game.
What if I don't want to play any more games? I'm tired.
You said you would play. That was the deal.
Yes, and I pull the potion of the cunning rascal
Mm.
out of my pocket, and I say, "Yes, the deal was for you to win this."
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Take it.
You can't change the deal now. It's already been done. We're gonna play a new game. You'll have fun.
What if I refuse to play?
You can't.
What if I make things difficult?
And you see the most unsettling wide grin you've ever seen. Quite literally from ear to ear. Much wider than the mouth originally appeared. It's almost as if two cuts just went all the way up the sides of its face, opening to a large mouth full of teeth. You'll play, or we'll play with you.
This is why you kill Faye on sight. This is why you kill Faye on sight. Ah.
I pull out my sword.
As you pull it out, you're holding a banana.
I hold forth the flower.
put that away. It doesn't
What is it?
belong here.
What? But it's. And I go to smell it. It smells so wonderful.
As you
Why don't
smell
you
it,
smell it?
you open your eyes, which is weird because they were open before. You kind of blink for a second. You look around. You're in a tent. You see the flap open, and Henri is coming towards you, and your eyes are so heavy they just close again. You're in the room. That's not fair!
I take another whiff.
It is the most foul-smelling daisy you have ever smelled. And you realize you're trying to place this scent. Smelling salts. Daisy smells like smelling salts. And it burns as you inhale, because you inhale way too much. And you kind of open your eyes again, and you see Henri there, and you see Pixie's behind him. Henri, at this point, you see Vala has just been kind of swaying back and forth, giggling every so often. Then you see her eyes just kind of open and focus on you, and then close again and giggle. And then you see her open and almost looks like she's been punched in the nose. She's reacts and throws her headphones off. You see her blinking, and you can see her just trying as hard as she can to keep her eyes open.
I'm just gonna slap her like you're trying to wake somebody up.
Vala, your face hurts. You feel this slap, and again, your eyelids are getting heavier and heavier, but that slap definitely woke you up. But you're very quickly fading back into the dream. One of the fairies comes towards you. That's not very nice. I thought you said you're her friend. Yeah, another one comes up. We're going to protect her from you.
You're the ones who drugged her. You get any closer, and I'll rip those wings off. And I turn back to him. Is there anybody else in the tent?
Right now, it's just the three fairies and you three.
What happens if I try and lift her onto her feet?
She's heavier than you remember. Make an athletics check.
23.
Okay, as you lift her up, your arms hurt. It's like lifting a boulder. But you do get her to her feet. Vala, you're doing your best, but you can't stay upright. You can't balance on your feet. So you're swaying, and you feel like you're about to fall, and your eyes are just getting heavier and heavier.
Do I look at my hand? Do I see smelling salts?
No, there's nothing in your hand. As you look closer, you realize there's nothing in your hand, but on your palm, you don't remember getting a tattoo. But as you look at your palm, there's a daisy tattooed on your palm.
I take it and I start wielding it against the fairies to see if they have any reaction.
They're a little too far away from you to do that, and you can't move towards them because you can barely stand.
I'll
You're
be like, "What
couple
did you?
seconds from falling down right now.
What did you do to me?"
We're playing a game. You won. Now it's time for a new one.
Did you do this? Did you do this?
And one of the fairies looks at your hand, kind of comes closer, and then almost as if she got a whiff full of like garbage. Goes back, goes, no, yuck.
I will put my hand to my face and inhale.
Smells like a daisy. They look at each other, go, we can get rid of it if you want.
I just close my fist.
It's time for the next game. You're supposed to play with us. No one will play with us. You said you'd play with us.
You know who
I
really
did,
likes to play?
and I won.
There's a reason nobody wants to play with you.
But
You know who really likes to play games?
who?
Literally anyone in Sanguinius. They just can't get enough of games.
We can't go there.
Why not?
Well, if we go too far, then if it opens again, we'll miss it. We can't go home.
Ah,
But no one wants to play with us here, and all the animals here mean.
Well, you don't belong here, that's why.
We didn't come here on purpose.
Where did you come through?
We were at home. We were having fun. We were playing games with the Blink Dogs. They like games. They're very good at them. They're very smart. But then one of them blinked and went away, and we went to go find him. They play hide and seek better than anyone. And there was a big flash of light. And then there was a tearing sound, and then everything was cold and wrong. The sky was the wrong color. It's not supposed to be that color. It's pretty and beautiful all the time, and it's not now, and it's not okay.
I believe you.
Do I wear is I wear to why me?
Make a history check. And you'd have advantage because it is about Faye.
17.
Sounds like they're describing the Feywild. So, as long as we're here, we need to play games. Because if we don't, they're bad pixies. They don't play games. They're mean. They play mean tricks. They hurt people.
You're hurting people.
No, we're not. Look, she's.
I point to my singed exterior.
You hurt yourself. We didn't hurt you.
Listen,
Yeah, no, that does check out.
if your games kidnap people, we're mortals. We die.
Didn't
You
kidnap anyone. We played a game. She lost. She agreed to play more games with us.
Listen,
she
I am-
First off,
made the offer. She said, if you solve my riddle, I'll play with you. We solved it, and then she didn't solve ours.
you tricked me by making me think there was a little girl out here that needed help.
It was a game, and you won.
Was not a very fun game.
Listen, I'm half a second from punishing you, and if I punish you, you're never going back to there.
And you see them get darker a little bit.
Now, let's not be hasty. You
We
used to
like
be.
fun, but that doesn't mean we're
You
weak.
No, I don't think you are. Really, powerful. I mean,
Tell your mean friend to stop being so mean, or we're just gonna make her leave. She's not being nice. We're
well,
trying to
right
be
here.
nice. You're our guests, and you've been nothing but mean, trying to break doors, trying to stop our new friend from playing games with us. Games that she agreed to play, and she
He's not
won,
your
and she
friend.
was having fun. She was laughing and enjoying herself.
She
No,
better have fun at the beginning, but we will see. Start having fun and wanting to live.
What are we supposed to do if we don't have fun? Bad things happen. They go
what if we could
dark.
what if we can maybe find a way for you to get back home?
Yeah, that's what we want. Because in home, there's blink dogs and there's other fairies and pixies, and they like playing, and we're safe there.
Do you
No.
remember where you came through into our world?
Yeah,
Where? Can you show us?
yeah. It's all dark now. We don't
That's
like
okay.
the dark. Can we wait until it's not dark?
I mean, I look to my compatriots. What do you guys think?
You
listen,
can
I don't like
you
them.
can
I don't like
stay here. We won't play any more games unless you say so.
them.
Do
Suppose.
you promise?
Cross our hearts and hope to die. But you got to promise that you're going to try and help us get home.
If that'll get you out of my hair, then yes.
Yeah.
And the fairies get really close to Vala. Your friend is really mean.
She's not good unless she's had her coffee.
And
It's
one of them just looks at you and goes,
yes.
okay, we'll leave you alone so you can get some sleep. We're going to continue playing out here, though.
Okay. That seems
wanna-
fair.
I want to spend the night, since I won't sleep anyway, just watching them.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for tonight. So, hope you guys had fun. As always, if you missed any of the episode, you can catch them all on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrainerJody. Otherwise, that's all for me, and I will see you guys next time. All right? Bye-bye.